The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, the UConn Huskies taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the UConn Huskies offense will take the field first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Give to the back. He breaks a tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, for just a second, let's talk about UConn. It's the conference finale today. Win this one. Extra football ahead. Has taken a ton of hard work to get here, David, and they certainly can't afford to let down.
Yeah, and you people, Reese, you know, they're looking ahead, always pointing to the future, like they need to win today. Like their goals are still in front of them, but today is a big day in the conference to continue to keep winning.
And that's the thing I think their coach kept reminding his team of all week long. At the very start of the year, in our first team meeting, we put our goals up on the board. The number one goal was to win the conference, and they have a chance to guarantee themselves a spot in that game with a win today.
He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He's brought down a short return, and the defense comes out on top with a pick. Defense in press coverage. On the move, it's Gentry.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Jukes his way for more. There he goes. He's at the touchdown, Fighting Irish. He got a step and just dusted the field.
That touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. UConn going back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. to throw. It's Grimes. It's complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Huskies are marching down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. That last completion sets him up on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. With the line of scrimmage at the 28, this will be about a 45-yard field goal attempt. They're going to keep the offense out there on fourth down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Looking for a man. It's Grimes. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's the problem when you're living in second and long situations. Sometimes the quarterbacks feel like they just got to go get it all back in one throw. That's what he was trying to do on that one. He forced it into traffic, and the defense made him pay, coming up with a huge interception.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll move the tight end. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Finds his way for 3 after the 33.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Using his legs, it's Gentry. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gentry. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And once he got away from the D, they had
play wide receiver, you can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now for this defense moving forward.
To the air, it's Grimes. Pulls it in, it's Watson. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. Makes the grab, it's Watson.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's caught, it's Watson.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell...
Oh, he's got some space. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, UConn!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll run this play from the pistol. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense got it. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
You talk about being handed a chance on a silver platter, 1st and goal from the 3. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking downfield on 1st down. The short hands, it's Lewis.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Back to pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
You know, I love defensive ends that are active and violent with their hands. Great job fundamentally by that D-end getting that sack.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
The UConn offense goes back to work. First play of the drive comes from the 41. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
It's complete on the right side. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42. The Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to pass, it's Grimes. Makes the catch. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
grab near the sticks. It's their assault. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Lost a throw on first down. He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on first down. From the gun. He'll pull it down. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback making checks. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He's got his man. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. UConn comes to the line with a first and goal. To the air, it's Grimes. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys. Looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of touchdown Jesus.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. UConn has it teed up to start this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Back to pass on second down. Zings it complete to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical and they like to run the football. But when you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays. You start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Snagged in the middle. It's Gilbert. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Irish! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Alabama is in front. They've answered the bell today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 8 over ULM. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll do it himself. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Scanning the field, it's Grimes. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. No wonder he's the favorite target, just going and reeling in everything.
Catching everything, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, he continues to make plays for his quarterback, so...
Turning it on! He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And the Huskies will have it 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the tight end. Got a wide-open receiver. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And they'll finally make the tackle at the 3-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. is a designed run. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Snap it to the back. Touchdown, Huskies! And that one will give them the lead.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush, but with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. He'll keep it himself. Breaks into the open. Drills him with the stiff arm. And he's still running after the move. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. Quarterback on the keeper. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That's caught. It's Gentry. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Got the big tight end on the corner route. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. On the run, it's Gentry. Hard running there. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't having it.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat. There he goes! And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. Now the play fake. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they were able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
Wants to throw. It's Grimes. Makes a connection. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
What a finish we have unfolding here. The offense in the waning moments and a chance to take the lead. try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They'll go with a direct snap. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Looking downfield, it's Grimes. He wants it all. Touchdown, UConn. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UMass has had almost no answers today, and when they have had them, that other sideline has changed the questions. A puzzling performance in Amherst. They're trailing by 25 to Oregon State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Gentry. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And it's now or never. It's do or die for this offense. 4th down, late in the game, trailing. They absolutely have to connect and move the chains right here. This thing's over.
Trailing by a touchdown, this 4th down opportunity is gargantuan. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the 1st down, and let's see if they go for it here. Gotta have it here on 4th down. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Hand off from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout is called by the defense, and 12 seconds remain in the football game. after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, David.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season, I get to take a vacation. Wherever the bowl game is, we get a free trip with my boys, but there's some work to be done still.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.